Okay, so we now have our bottle in Adobe Dimension. We created the shape in Adobe Illustrator. We created the 3D shape in Adobe Photoshop, and we exported that into here, which is Adobe Dimension. As you can see, this bottle has a lot of curves, almost no flats, and it makes it more difficult when you are applying the graphic and where you can put it and all of that. But experiment with different shapes so that you can get a good handle on what works. And so we're going to just create a duplicate of this bottle. And I think I said at the end of the last video, make sure for your object you have clicked on Generate UVs. All right, and you can see there's a little seam in the back here. And basically, when you create your graphic, you just want to rotate your bottle as best you can to kind of hide that. So that's all. All right, so let's bring in a graphic, and I can show you what I was talking about as far as the challenge and distorting. And I'm just using the stock things here. Of course, you want to create your own. So let's make a label for this bottle, and let's bring in this city backdrop here and drop it on here. And I'm going to drop it kind of here so you can just see what happens. Okay, so you can see that it's wrapped up, kind of angled, kind of high. There's a lot going on here because of the curve. There are no flats. If I rotate it, you can see that I can see some of the backside of it rotating up and all of that. So somewhere about there, I'm going to I'm going to take the link for the scale off. I'm going to change this to 50 because I just want to begin to see what's going on. Select the center if you want to move this around and see I can get it about flat there. I'm going to go ahead and shut off Photoshop here. Let's go ahead and quit that because I got a lot of stuff on. Don't save. And I'm going to go ahead and quit Illustrator as well. Don't save that. All right, because we're good. All right, so back here in Adobe Dimension. So I can bring my label about like that. And you can see, again, it's distorted. This type of label will work best down here on the bottom. So something like that. And let's bring this around. Oops, not that one. This one. Let's make this 100. Let's go 120. And then I want to make it a little squattier. And then we'll just use this like this. So this is what I'm trying to do. Just a nice label. And of course, this would be not really realistic because it is very difficult to put a label on like this. But for what we're doing, I just want to show how this works. And let's rotate the bottle around just so you can see what's going on in the back like that. You see the distortion there. So when we're doing our rendering, we just hide that. You just hide that there. Okay, and let's add something up here to the neck again, just to show how the distortion happens or what you need to do to fix it. And it's just a little tweaking to get that to look a little bit better. Let's use this table scene here, and we'll just put it again. We'll just drop it here, and the goal is to bring it up to this neck. So we'll bring it up here. I don't want it to go over. I want it to be about there. And I'll do the same thing here. Turn this off. And set this to 100 and then set this to about 50. Okay, doing a little bit better there. And then go 50 with that. And I'm going to make this really small so that I can see it better. Okay, that's what I wanted to do. All right, and then we'll just bring that about like that. And we'll go ahead and move this up. And I get a little bit of distortion there as you can see the reflection. And so about there, let's zoom in on that and see what that looks like. Okay, so it's tilted a little bit, so I'm going to bring this right up to there, like that. All right, so let's zoom back out. Okay, that's pretty good. So let's look at our other bottle, just as, again, just for practice. Let's go ahead and change the color of this bottle. Let's do a couple things here. Let's see. Let's add this onto it. It's another image, and I'm going to make this really big, like that. Rotate this a little bit. Bring this back in so that I can see where I am. Okay. Do something like bring this all the way up. Rotate it a little bit. Bring these sides out. Come up here. Okay, we're pretty good. We're pretty good. Bring this down a little bit. And we're seeing, the back side of that. Rotate that a little bit. There we go. All right, so that's at 4. So let's go back to 3. Let's see if we can do 3.5. 3.5. All right, oops, 3.5. Okay, no, that's pretty good. So I'm just going to click back on my graphic and bring this out because I'm going to see what that looks like in full round. We're going to change the opacity to something like that. And I can see there's some distortion here, and I don't really want that. So I'm going to just go ahead and delete this graphic because this will work better as a color. Um, and again, same thing. If you're working with it and it's not working out, just move to something else. So let's go to, let's see here, about some sort of oil color. No, I want to actually do a color over here. So make sure we're at the right bottle. Here, and let's go here, and let's change our base color. And so, we can of course bring in our own image, but we'll just do something here for ourselves. And we want something where we can see through the bottle. And let's go to, let's just bring this in right now. Make this a little smaller, hold our shift key, bring that guy down. And again, because this isn't a full rectangle, you don't get all the distortion that you would, or that you do here. And so let's bring something like this in, make this smaller, hold my shift as I bring that down, grab on the center of it and bring it over here. Now it's hard to see because I've got that highlight there. So what I'll do is I'll select my bottle and see if I can rotate that around, maybe like that. I'm not seeing any distortion there. We'll go ahead and bring this forward a little bit. All right. And we want to tilt our angle just a hair like that. Okay, and one more thing, just want to bring this one forward. A little more dynamic in the positioning. And we'll go ahead and render that. And I think we'll call this 2 bottles and PNG, and leave that on low for now, and then go ahead and render that. And of course, the render time will vary depending on your machine, depending on your bottles, depending on the graphics. And so we're just doing something real simple here. And you can see again, the quality of the renderings, how the graphics are, and I can see a little right here. I can see a little distortion, and so all I would do is I would go back into my bottle and or to the design window, and I would rotate this until that is not in the scene, and then move my graphics back so that I can see them, and that would be it. So we're almost done. We got a few seconds left here. I'm gonna try to get this done before. As you can see, the power draw can be pretty large. But again, you test out, do different rendering sizes, different graphics, different sizes of the page that you start out with. I just use the default size, which is good, but you can always do a little bit smaller if needed. Again, make sure other programs, other apps on your computer are turned off so that you're not competing for the memory in your as your rendering is processing. So we're just about done and pretty good. All right, so that's what it looks like, taking your bottle from Illustrator to Photoshop to Adobe Dimension and continue working, doing different shapes, shapes that have more flat sides, shapes that have even more curves. Check them out, see what you can do.